This is Jack Dreyer, the Maytag. He can do a Rubik's Cube in 14 seconds, and he is the best chess player in the entire organization, which tells you he likes to strategize. He loves strategy. And as you saw this last year, Austin, he absolutely loves the huge moment. When he was in high school at Iowa, he struck out 13 hitters in the state finals game, which is the third most strikeouts for a finals game in the history of Iowa high school athletics. His dad, Steve Dreyer, actually pitched for the Rangers, and so he comes from lineage of major leagues. So he went to Iowa, Austin, and then he ended up getting hurt. So as a matter of fact, I got to see him at Iowa in 2018 when he was with the Hawkeyes, and actually I got to see him shove against my Cowboys. That was in 2018. 2019, he gets off to a good start at Iowa. Then he has some shoulder problems, has to shut down that season. Then 2020, COVID hits. That shuts down the season again. 2021, he has Tommy John surgery. So really, this last year, and he was been recovering from that ever since. Last year was the first time he had thrown any significant amount since 2018, dating all the way back to his freshman year in college. So last year really was his year to ramp back up and get off the leash, if you will. So, I mean, you're talking about a guy that yes, he did come out of nowhere, but hey, he has everything that you need to be just an awesome left-handed relief pitcher. And I asked him, he does think that, he was about 93, 94 as far as sitting with his fastball. He thinks as he gets further away from his Tommy John surgery that he could sit 96.
He is absolutely brilliant. And that's not just off the field where you can see it with the Rubik's Cube. You can see it with the chess. You can see it with everything. That is also on the pitching mound as well. And we're seeing that through the course of his Double-A. I thought the jump from high A to Double-A as the toughest transition in the minor leagues, which it absolutely is. Jack Dreyer is not making it look like it because he's going out there and absolutely dominating through the course of the 2024 campaign, picking up exactly where he left off in 2023 with high A Great Lakes. He is absolutely going out there, striking out what seems just about everybody, getting a lot of outs, doing all of the things to put himself in a position where you look at Jack Dreyer and you need him on your baseball team. You don't just want him because he puts out zeros almost and throughout the course of 24 every single time that he goes out there. Phenomenal pitcher, left-hander. If you want the Dodgers to have another high-leverage lefty reliever, you have one building, and he's coming up quick in Double-A Tulsa right now.
Early in the season, I was a two-pitch guy with 2.5. I threw a few changeups, but for the most part, it was fastball slider mix for the first 8 weeks of the season. And then I had a curveball in college that was pretty good, but since coming back from surgery, I didn't really have a very good feel for it. And then one of the weeks, I just had, meetings with Rob Hill and David Anderson, and we kind of just sat on the mound together and tweaked the grip a little bit, and it kind of popped back into my head, and I was able to start replicating it again. And so from that point on, I was throwing the curveball more, and I think that's what led to a lot of success. I got a lot of swings and misses with the curveball, and so the slider became more of a show pitch early in the count, steal a strike type thing, whereas the curveball was the strike three.
That's
pitch.
kind of backwards the way most guys do it. Usually the curveball is the show pitch.
Yeah, exactly. And so it was a really good opportunity to kind of showcase all of those pitches this year. And then it also helped me get a lot of knowledge in terms of what works against certain types of hitters. And so going into next season, I think right now the goal is to continue throwing the fastball at a high percentage, but then go cutter, slider, curveball, and kind of have a couple different hard breaking balls, and then continue to throw that curveball.
He's got one of those invisible fastballs. But as you go with that, you start to see him develop the slider, figuring out the shape. Does he want it to be a little shorter, a little bit bigger? Where does he want the velo to be at? He's put the pieces together with that, and then we saw the resurgence of the curveball. Curveball was devastating across lefties, righties, moving counts, putting guys away. So he's another one Different profile, but similar to Pete Hubeck. He can attack you north-south. He can get you east-west. Fastball up into the arm side is extremely effective, and he's got the stuff, he's got the brains, and he's got the work ethic to make things come together for him.
When you look at the Dodgers, they have a legacy of just being able to do things better than other organizations. Obviously, from the bottom all the way up. And so the farm system, their player development system, how they treat the players off the field, no matter who I was talking to, those are the things I was hearing. And so when I had conversations with people from the Dodgers and I asked those questions, they were very honest, and all of those things came to fruition when I joined the Dodgers. So I could not be happier with the decision to be with the Dodgers. I'm sure being in other organizations would be fine as well, but there's no place that I'd rather be.